Carson-Newman beats Lincoln Memorial on the road 68-61, joined by Coach Mike Mincey after this contest. And Coach, you build up an 11-point lead there in the third quarter. LMU doesn't go away. They take a lead. You're able to come back. What do you see from your team to be able to prevail here on the road?
Well, first off, I was happy that we got out that 11-point lead, but for us, LMU is very hard to guard. They can put essentially 5 handlers, 5 shooters on the floor. They have good action out of it, and they move very quickly out of it, and so really strains our defense. Of course, they're going to live and kind of die by the 3 because of the personnel they have on the floor. So for us to have an 11-point lead, lose it, I think we end up getting down, 5 early in the fourth quarter, and then have to be on the road and find a way to come back and win by 7. I'm certainly proud of them. It wasn't always pretty on our end, certainly from an offensive perspective, but anytime you can win at LMU, especially for us, it's a good win.
Shuffled lineup's a great deal tonight, and at the end of the game, Abby Wilson gives you some solid steals, but perhaps the play of the game turned out to be a missed free throw from Campbell Penland, an offensive rebound that was poked back to her. She found Skylar Boshiers for potentially what could have been the game-clinching bucket. What do you see from your team there in that final couple minutes?
Well, it's winning basketball at that time of the game. It's late, and we need something good to happen. We missed a free throw. Obviously, we call it plus-minus chart type stuff. Those are the things that gives you that extra nudge in the plus-minus chart, because that could have been a negative. Obviously, it turns into a positive. Gives us a little bit of breathing room, to where we can just go down and maybe we're one stop away from it being a free throw contest for us. So certainly, who got that offensive rebound? It was
I think it was Campbell.
Campbell ended up with it and then dished it down. Yeah, so it's just kids wanting to win, knowing how important this game was for us to stay up in the top of the standings.
When you look at their ability to shoot 3-pointers, they make 11 of them in this game, and they do so. How do you think that your defense performed in a game like this, where a team is shooting so many 3-pointers and really not driving to the basket with a lot of success?
Yeah, we had to change up a little bit. We were kind of going under too many screens, and knowing what they're wanting to do. You got to get out there. You close out on 5. She's a good pump faker. She goes around, then she kicks it, and that's just when you got 5 guards on the floor. They have their advantage of being able to potentially take open 22-footers. And then we feel like we have our advantage because we're going to try to score points in the paint. And I think eventually that kind of helped us win the basketball game, because our ability to get to the rim, throw it inside, and be able to get those points. And we've tried to build our roster that way, because to me that's a way to win tournament basketball games, is to be able to play inside out. I thought we adjusted okay. I thought in the first half, eventually they got a little winded. I think this is their 3rd game in 5 days, and I think their shots were off a little bit late in the first half when we actually made that run to go up 6. Because of their loss of legs, and maybe they're late. They did hit a couple of big ones, but they missed a bunch there late. We were able to secure the rebound.
You get Newberry at home on Saturday. What's the key to taking down the Wolves?
I think right now, and this goes for everybody, it's just rest and recovery. Both physically and mentally, as they're back in school, and we have a lot of nurses, and they're just. It's very hard to be a nurse and play basketball at Carson-Newman, so we're trying to take care of them from that perspective. That's why we're trying to use so many bodies to not wear down. Obviously, we struggled with Newberry on the road, had to come back in the fourth quarter to pull out a victory. I don't know what they've done tonight, but they've won some big games here of late, and they're kind of on the trend upward. So a good basketball team coming in. We just need to be able to get rest up and prepare for a very big basketball team.